I had X with my best friend's girlfriend. Please consider subscribing if you enjoy the video. I'm just going to write the important stuff in dot points, because otherwise there is too much stuff that I need to say and it will be 25 pages long. My best friend and I have known each other for 8 years, are very close. Last year we had a threesome with this girl at a party. In September last year he started dating a girl who is a longtime friend of mine. About 3.5 months ago he asked me if I wanted to have a threesome with him and his girlfriend and I agreed. A week or so after that happened he asked me if I wanted to do it again, but this time he would just watch. It was a little weird, but for me this was essentially free X, so I happily went along with it. We've done that, me having X with her while he watches, 6 times now, not including the threesome. Last night I was at a friend's birthday party and they were there too. He left early, but she had stayed. She came on to me and we had X in the upstairs bedroom without his knowledge. I think he'd be upset that we did it behind his back, but I'm not sure if he's going to be a little angry or be furious. I mean, I've already had X with her a bunch of times that he was there for, so is this even a big deal? Personally, I would be furious if another guy laid a finger on my girlfriend, but he actively encourages me to have X with his girlfriend. So I genuinely have no idea how he's going to feel about this. After it happened, she left really quickly and I haven't been able to have a conversation with her about it yet. I talked to him this morning and he didn't say anything, so I don't think that she told him. We are supposed to be doing it again on Friday night and I don't know if I should tell him or just leave it alone. I have no freaking clue what I'm supposed to do. Conflicted. I would tell him. Given your past, he will probably not care or be less upset than if it was a regular situation. Hearing about it from you is better than his girlfriend telling him after getting drunk or something. Yeah, I think you're right. I'm probably best to tell him before she does. This may sound stupid, but perhaps talk to her. There is this fetish called cuckolding, where guys basically like to be cheated on. It isn't supposed to be real cheating. It might be that they decided beforehand that he would leave and that she should seduce you. He might actually get joy from the idea that he thinks you are cheating, even though he already knows that you are cheating. If you talk to her first, you might be able to figure out this is the case. If so, you can choose not to shatter the illusion, or if you need it you could still choose to talk to him and see if you have his approval. I agree with you here. He should definitely talk to both of them. But this sounds like an escalation of their kink for cuckolding. However, it should be discussed so that OP isn't carrying around guilt and that boundaries can be set. Seems he's into the hot wife cuck fantasy. Maybe this was the next step and he wanted her to frick you, then tell him about it later. Details, positions, etc. Because like you said, you've fricked her plenty already. Maybe this was the next step and he wanted her to frick you, then tell him about it later. Details, positions, etc. Because like you said, you've fricked her plenty already. Maybe, but when she left she seemed flustered, like she'd done something wrong. Also, why would he want to hear about it when he could just watch? Yup, tell him. Just what you told us. That happened, and you're genuinely not sure if it was okay. But you are sure keeping it from him isn't okay. If he's pissed, accept it. He's allowed to be. But maybe he'll be cool with it. We'll see. But if you frick her Friday without telling him, then you're definitely a redhead. How about you update us after you confess this to your friend? I'm gonna need an update on how this works out. Fascinating. Think about it like this, OP. If you don't tell him, are you really his friend? Wouldn't you want the truth if you were on his position? My wife and our swingers, we do the same things you are talking about. Me watch, threesomes, foursomes. But if my wife were to frick my friend without my knowledge, she would be cheating. I would be furious. It is cheating. He needs to know, and he needs to decide how he feels about this. We only played together and it seems that they do the same. Maybe not, but you said she seemed flustered afterwards. You need to tell him. The level of stupid in this thread is too high. My guess is she and him discussed it beforehand and he had already given her permission. He's obviously into the cuckold, hot wife thing and keeps expanding the boundaries as time passes. They may have planned for him to leave early, giving her the opportunity to have sex with you alone and then later tell him all about it, which thrills him immensely. He's probably going to be pissed you having sex with her while he watches, because he told you guys that's what he wants. Isn't it all the same as you two hooking up behind his back? The only way that cuckold, hot wife, whatever you want to call what he's into works is if they communicate and he's in control. You are freaking her, because he lets you, because he wants you to, and he can trust her. If you guys are sneaking around behind his back, that's all out the window. I think, given the nature of your relationship up to this point, if he had wanted you to frick her while he wasn't around so she could tell him later or something similar, he would have told you. You've got to tell him, but don't be surprised if he doesn't want anything to do with either you or his girlfriend afterwards. I've got zero sympathy for your friend. He brought this on himself. This is why you don't play with fire, kiddies. Some people really like fire, and believe it or not, some even like to be burned. Considering how he gets off to a cuck, he might even get off to the thought of him not knowing. Or if he's pissed, he might only be pissed because he missed out. Who knows? Your problems are most people's fantasies. Keep up the good work.